Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Star Citizen. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on day 5 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo here on the beautiful city of New Babbage on the awesome planet of Microtech. Now you guys might be wondering, hang on Marshall, how come you're not at the Tobin Expo Center? Well guys, I just walked out of the hab and apparently it's early in the morning and I was just so amazed at how awesome Microtech looks in this early morning, and I wanted to go ahead and do my intro for the video, for today's video right here, guys. How cool does this look? How beautiful is this scene? Every single time that I walk out of the habs here at the Aspire Grand, every single time, honestly, I feel amazed at how beautiful Microtech is. Just have a look. Look at the smoke that's coming out of these buildings, these office slash, I don't know what they are, apartment buildings. It's like people are making food. They're I don't know what they're doing. It's just, is it the heating system or is it the kitchen? They're preparing breakfast. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It's so beautiful. So yeah, it's early in the morning. I was just getting ready to head down to the Tobin Expo Center and I caught a glimpse of this and I said I have to start the intro here. So yeah guys, thank you so much for joining me for a brand new episode of Star Citizen. This is day 5 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, and shortly I'll be taking the lift down to the bottom. I'm going to be catching the train to the Expo Center and we're going to continue the video from there. Again, another amazing video of the main part of the city of New Babbage. This place is absolutely gorgeous. So beautiful. I never ever get tired of coming out here from the hotel room hab things and just looking at this. So beautiful. This happens to be early in the morning. Alright guys, see you at the Expo Center. Alright guys, so here we are at the Tobin Expo Center, and it seems like my character's hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a slice of watermelon. Hey, he hasn't had breakfast, okay? He hasn't had breakfast. He needs some breakfast. Almost 2%, still 2%. Let's grab an apple as well. And he's also eating healthy. There we go. So that's for breakfast as well as a bottle of water. Why not, right? So a bottle of water. Oh, he didn't take off the top. Alright, take off the top now. Come on, there we go. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, player sustenance is already implemented into the game of Star Citizen. And let's go ahead and put the bottle in the bin. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. My character just had breakfast in the game. Alright, let's get this show on the road, guys. So today's manufacturer is Misc, and they are mainly an industrial type of manufacturer. They have a lot of ships, but it doesn't seem like all of their ships are available to see today. Alright, so let's get this started, guys. Now, one thing, I just gotta remember to say one thing to you guys before we get the video started. I've been recently looking at the stats for my channel, and it seems like only about 8% of my subscribers actually get notifications when I upload a video. Only 8%. 8% of you out there, if you're subscribed to my channel, only get notifications when I upload a video. So if by any chance, if you're a subscriber and you're watching this video, make sure you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my videos that I upload. Alright, having said that, guys, let's get this show on the road. So immediately what we have in front of us is the Starfarer Gemini. This is the militarized version of the base Starfarer. Now the Starfarer, guys, is a refueling ship. It is a large industrial type ship, just like the Reclaimer, just like the RSI Orion, but the Starfarer deals in collecting fuel, transporting fuel, refining fuel, and actually providing the physical refueling contact to other spaceships. Now it carries its fuel cargo in these large tanks at the back of the spaceship. As I said, this is the Gemini, which is the militarized version used by the UEE. So you're going to see more turrets on this model, and it's also more heavily armored. And of course the paint job as well, the military paint job. So let's very, very quickly hop inside the cargo hold, the cargo bay, and let's have a look at this place really quickly. Now, I don't own a Starfarer. I have used a Starfarer very briefly, and I could tell you that I don't really like flying it because it doesn't fly really, really well. But it is a good ship nonetheless. And here's the cargo hold, so it can hold both physical cargo in terms of boxes of stuff, so SCU of cargo. It could also hold liquid or gas fuel type in those tanks over there. So as I said, I don't own a Starfarer, but I absolutely do recommend for people who might be interested in the refueling gameplay to purchase a Starfarer. Now, I have to say this, that the refueling gameplay mechanic has not been implemented into the game as of yet. So at the moment, the Starfarer is just a glorified cargo carrier, a very, very large, slow, cumbersome cargo carrier. But nonetheless, as I said in the first video, I don't recommend you guys purchasing ships for what they are now in the game, but purchase the ship with an eye on the future of when the game actually is complete and released to the public. So, do I recommend the Starfarer? Absolutely, 100%. As I said, it will be a moneymaker. It will be a good money-making industrial ship. Now, speaking of good money-making industrial ships, let's move on to the Misc Prospector. So this is a low tier at the moment, starting mining ship. So, do I recommend this ship? Absolutely. Absolutely, I recommend this ship. So chances are, if you're playing this game, you want to make money, right? And almost all of the players in Star Citizen, in one form or fashion, are interested in mining. Almost every kind of person that plays these space games. What's wrong with the lights? Are the lights flickering? I feel like the lights are flickering. Anyways, guys, so chances are, if you're sci-fi kind of a player, if you're interested in sci-fi, you're most likely interested in mining. And this ship is, as I said, a mining starter ship. It uses this laser to break up asteroids and rocks, and then it uses the same apparatus with a tractor beam to pull in its the valuable ore that it's collecting. So, do I recommend this ship? Absolutely. Absolutely, get this ship. It'll you won't regret it if you like mining. However, there is a small percentage of people that don't like mining. So if you don't like mining, then don't buy this ship, because it can only do mining, nothing else. Alright guys, so moving on. Here we have 3 ships of the same kind. So these are the Razors. So this is the stealthy version, this is the luxury version, and this is the racer. I swear I can see the lights flickering. I'm not sure if it's coming into the YouTube, if it's coming through the YouTube video, but it's weird. I don't know. I've never seen this before, but the lights are flickering. Yeah, so this is the Misc Razor. It is a racing ship. Do I recommend these ships? No, I don't recommend these ships. I don't own one myself. and I have no interest in buying these ships, unless of course you're into racing. If you're into racing, then yes, absolutely, it's probably a good ship. I've heard some good things about this ship in terms of maneuverability and top speed, so why not? If you're into racing, consider buying the racing version. But just know that these smaller ships, these smaller like specialty ships, will be very easy to purchase once the game has actually released. Alright guys, so that's about it for the main hall. Let's go ahead and head towards Apex Hall 2 and 3. So we only have 2 side halls to visit, as well as the display halls down below. So yeah, the Misc Prospector, the Starfarer, I recommend both of them because both are really good money makers. You can earn a lot of money playing those ships. Alright, so we're going to be looking at the Reliant series of ships here. And welcome to the Reliant Hall, guys. So these are the 4 different Reliant variants in the game. Let's start with this one with the nice yellow paint job. This is the Reliant Mako. So this is the reporting news van inside of Star Citizen. Believe it or not, guys, we have a reporting news van inside of Star Citizen. Wow. I love this game. I love this game. So we have a reporting / news van inside of Star Citizen, and you guys can see this is the camera. This is the camera that the ship uses to record footage. Now let's go ahead and get inside of it very briefly, show you guys inside. Let me go ahead and equip my helmet. That way I can turn on the flashlight. So on the left, as you guys can see, we have 2 beds, 1 and 2. On the right, we have the reporting, the / cameraman, I'm assuming, station. So this is where all the work is done. More specialty computers that are related to this ship's function, which is reporting. So it looks like hard drives and broadcasting equipment. Here there is a bathroom and a toilet, ship components, as well as the cockpit. So this ship, the Reliant, is one of the most alien-esque human ships that we have in the game. There are other actual alien ships, but this thing is supposed to be designed by humans, but it looks like an alien ship. Now the reason for that is that Misc has quite a close cooperation with one of the alien races within the Star Citizen universe, and those guys are the Xi'an. So Misc incorporates a lot of Xi'an technology within their ship construction. Now this ship, as you guys see it in this horizontal form, can change into a vertical form as well, which is a very unique kind of a ship in the game. Now, do I recommend this one, the Reliant Mako? Well, it depends. It depends. Do you want to be a reporter within Star Citizen? Then yeah, this is a very interesting, unique ship. If you want to do that kind of gameplay, go for it. So this is the ship for you. However, if you're not into that kind of thing, then this is not the ship for you. So eventually, they're thinking about adding radio stations within the game, player-run radio stations, player-run like TV stations, something like that. So that'll be a very cool thing, but I personally am not interested in that kind of a profession. Now guys, here's a rant coming. I'm about to go on a rant. So why is this ship so heavily armed? Can somebody, the developers at CIG, if you guys are watching this video, why is this ship so heavily armed? Why do we have a reporting news van armed to the teeth with missiles and guns? Can you guys explain that to me? This is the single most immersion-breaking thing within Star Citizen, where every single ship has to be armed to the teeth. Why do we have to have that, guys? I don't understand. Like, okay, maybe give us some sort of defensive measures. Maybe it has countermeasures. Maybe it has some sort of jamming ability. But you know why I'm saying this, guys? Because there has to be a role for people to come and guard you. Do you know what I mean? What's the point of having escort fighters? Like, the news van should hire escort fighters, right? So what happens to that poor guy who owns one Hornet and is looking for work as a security guard, right? Essentially, that's what they want to do, like to be an escort, to come and help protect this news van, this civilian news van. Why arm every single ship to the teeth with missiles and guns? Isn't that immersion breaking, or is it just me? Because I find this totally immersion breaking. I mean, if you have unarmed ships in the game, that provides more gameplay for other people. You would hire other players to come and help you, to guard you, right? That's what we want. Anyway, enough about my rant, guys. My rant is over. Let's go to the next one. This is the Reliant Sen. So this is the light science ship of the Reliant variants. Now, I was interested in this ship when it was still in concept, but I didn't pick one up. This looks like it has some sort of telescope-esque camera. It also has what looks to be a solar panels, or maybe some sort of sensor, some sort of dish. And again, it's again armed to the teeth with missiles on a science ship. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get inside. Again, we have the two beds on the left, and we have the science station on the right. This looks like a microscope, and again, more science-related equipment. Again, here as well, more science-related stuff. Again, same layout with the bathroom and toilet components, and of course the cockpit is exactly the same. So, can I recommend this ship? Yes, I actually think that this ship could be a good science starter ship. Now, science is also another thing that's going to be within the game. Like, it's going to be a gameplay mechanic eventually when the game is more complete, I should say. So research and science will be a thing, and this thing could be a really nice step forward into the science gameplay. So do I recommend it? Yes, absolutely. If you're interested in science, if you want to know what the science gameplay is, by all means. But however, just be advised that science is not in the game yet. I'm not saying go buy the ship, and then I don't want you guys coming and complaining to me, hey, you told me to go buy this ship, but I cannot do anything with it. It's useless. Science is not in the game yet. It will eventually be in the game. Alright guys, so let's move on to the ship here in the center. This is the Reliant... what is it? This is the Tana. So this is the fighter version. This is supposed to be the light fighter of the Reliant series of ships. Again, same armament as the news van. You guys see my point now? Except just an extra pair of guns, one here on this side and another one right here. Now I'm guessing this thing will probably have better armor protection as well as better suited internal components. Let's go ahead and have a look inside. So immediately we can see that this one has place for an extra SCU of cargo. So whenever you guys see that type of flooring, this is like a magnetic type of flooring that is designed to hold cargo in place when your ship is moving. Again, same beds, an extra cabinet, and a gun rack. Everything else is exactly the same. Same with the cockpit. So yeah, this is the combat version of the Reliant. Moving on. And this guy, I'm not sure what he does. So what does this thing do? This is the Reliant core. So this is the light fighter. Oh, sorry. Is it? No, it's a light freight, not light fighter. That's the light fighter. This is the light freight. But the reason why I thought it was a fighter, just have a look at the guns. That's 2 guns per side. Again, same sort of loadout as our news van. I'm not gonna let this go. I'm not gonna drop this, guys. So yeah, this thing is pretty well armed. Now this is supposed to be the light freighter. So yeah. So it forgoes the 2 beds and the specialty workstation to have a cargo area. Everything else is exactly the same. Now, I don't like the fact that it's lacking that bed, guys, because the 2 beds are very, very useful within Star Citizen. At least they will eventually be. So I don't like the fact that this thing doesn't have the bed. If it had the bed and still had somehow had the same amount of cargo, it would have been a better ship. But just the lack of the bed indicates to me that this is more of a close range type of cargo holder. But nonetheless, it is a cargo holder. Alright guys, so this is about it for the Reliant variant. So we have the news van, we have the science van, the combat van, and the van. So this thing is what a van is designed to do, to move around cargo from point A to point B. So if the Reliants are known to be like a space van, this is the most true to form. But yeah, joking aside, guys, so which one out of all these 4 ships do I recommend the most? I am going to recommend the science one. In my opinion, that's going to be the most useful for a beginner player. Because if you're looking for a light fighter, there are better options than the Tana. If you're looking for a beginner cargo holder, obviously there are better ones. But if you're looking for that news van, this is the only ship that can do that. So if you're into that kind of a news broadcaster kind of a role, reporter, absolutely go for this one. Go for the one in the yellow, because there's no other ship in the game like that. It's a very, very special ship. But yeah, that's my take on the Reliance. Now, I'm going to tell you guys that I don't own any of them. So that should give you an indication of what I actually think about the ships. I don't own any of them, but if I was forced to buy one, it's like somebody said, alright, you have to buy one of these, which one would you buy? I'd buy the science one. Alright, the next hole is this one. It's the Freelancer ships, series of ships. And have I said this already? This place looks absolutely amazing. This place looks so calm and beautiful. Alright, where's the other hole? It seems like it's on the other side of the whole Expo Center. So we're going to have to run all the way across, guys. Now, as I said in the previous video, if my character had to do cardio, this would be the perfect place to do it. Alright, here's Apex Hall 4 and 5. And the announcer is just telling us to walk and not to run, and I'm running at maximum speed. Yes, here we are at the Freelancer Hall. So here it is, guys, the Freelancer Hall. Now, Misc was originally in Star Citizen, just had the Freelancers, okay? So the Freelancer is the bread and butter of Misc as far as veteran Star Citizen players think. So, yeah, the first Freelancer variant that was in the game was this one. Just the base Freelancer. So let's go ahead and have a look. So I'm going to go inside of every single one, just briefly, quickly show you what they do. So this one just, the base Freelancer just does cargo in terms of its specialty. So it's just transport and cargo. So you guys can see more cargo places. And this is the living quarters. Basically, this is the living area. So here's the shower and bathroom combo, and this, I believe, is, yes, this is like a kitchenette kind of microwave, kind of fridge, kind of a place. Now this thing is really awesome about the Freelancers, in that they have this side door access as well. Now CIG, if you're the developers watching this video, please add this back to the cutlasses as well. The cutlasses used to have one of these doors on the side, and it was super useful. I think, in my opinion, every single ship should have one, and a secondary access point to the outside like that. It adds redundancy, it adds extra safety, it also adds convenience. It's a lot more convenient just to get out here than to go through the cargo bay. Now, that being said, here are the beds, the 4 beds, so it can support 4 people. And this is the cockpit. So again, a 4 spot cockpit, pilot, co-pilot, and the 2 auxiliary positions. So let's go ahead and hop out. There we go. Super convenient. So this is the base Freelancer, as I said. Its speciality is just cargo carrying and transport. And here is the science/expedition version, the door. You guys can have a look at it. So the Misc Freelancer door expedition. Now, what is this thing's specialty? It's supposed to be an exploration ship, guys. So it's a long-range type of ship. As you guys can see, it has a long-range tanks. So these are fuel tanks, I believe. These are extra fuel tanks. So at the moment, this is probably one of the, if not the most, one of the most long-range ships in the game. So again, same sort of layout as the base Freelancer, except that this thing, again, the base Freelancer also has a turret here. So again, same cargo area, except for this room is different. It has components, I'm guessing exploration type components here. And this room, again, cargo. But I'm guessing the cargo capacity has been reduced from the main Freelancer because of the extra added equipment. Again, exactly same living area and the exact same cockpit. Let's go ahead and hop out. There we go. So I'm gonna hold my my opinions and recommendations until we've looked at every single Freelancer, and then I'll say which one I recommend the most. So this is the Freelancer Max. So as the name suggests, the Freelancer Max takes the normal Freelancer and takes it to the maximum level. So it says medium cargo, but to be honest, it's on the heavy side of cargo for now. This thing can carry 120 SCU of cargo. Now the base Freelancer, I believe, holds 28 SCU of cargo, so this is significantly larger. It is probably the best cargo carrying ship after the Drake Caterpillar at the moment. So as you guys can see, let me go ahead and close the ramp. You'll see that it has a much wider profile from the back than the base Freelancer, and it has an extra engine on each side to give it that extra bit of push because it's carrying more weight. But as we go inside, you guys can see that the cargo hold is much wider. You can have more cargo in here. Again, it has a manned turret, just like all of the Freelancers. But as we move out of the cargo area, the ship starts to get thinner again. So this area is exactly the same. The living area is exactly the same. And obviously the cockpit is exactly the same. Now, all of the Freelancer variants are pretty much similar in terms of their armaments. So in terms of their weapons, all Freelancers come equipped with 4 gimbal size 3 weapons, I believe. I believe they're size 3 weapons. Now, this one is the exception to the rule in terms of the armaments. This is the Freelancer Misc. Is that how it's pronounced? The Freelancer Misc. So this thing is the gunship. So this is the combat variant of all of the Freelancers. So as I said, this is an exception in terms of armament. So this thing carries the same forward-facing guns. However, this thing carries extra missiles, a lot of missiles, a lot more missiles than the other variants, having being a combat ship. Now, I'm not sure if it has better armor protection. I'm not sure about that, but let's go ahead and get inside, and you guys can see for yourselves how that extra missile pod has affected the cargo carrying capacity of the ship. So these are the missile racks that go up and get shot out from the top of the ship. So other than that, again, it's exactly the same in the living quarters and inside the cockpit. So exactly the same as all of the other ones. So let me go ahead and show you guys that topside launcher, if you guys can see it, hopefully. So it's probably right here. It's right here. Now, I don't have much of an experience with the Freelancer Misc, so allow me to give my opinions on the Freelancer variants. Now, the one that I have the most experience with and I like the most is the Freelancer Max. So I used to own a Freelancer Max. I don't own it anymore, but I was extremely happy with the performance of the Freelancer Max. As I said, it carries a lot of cargo, so it carries 4 SCU of cargo more than the Mercury Star Runner. So in that sense, it takes everything that the Freelancers are known for, and it takes it to a better level, in my opinion, the Freelancer Max. So this is the Freelancer that I would recommend people to purchase. However, that being said, it is a bit sluggish, especially in atmosphere. It is a little bit sluggish in terms of its movements, but as I said before, those kinds of soft stats can and will absolutely change. So out of all of them, I recommend the Freelancer Max. And at the moment, I believe on Misc Day, there is a special price if you want to upgrade to the Freelancer Max with War Bond. So that's with real cash, not in-store credit. So there's a deal for that. I believe it's just like $10 cheaper. It's not really much of a save, considering the prices of the ships. But yeah, so out of all of the Freelancers, I recommend the Freelancer Max. Now guys, the next place that we're going to visit is the display halls down the bottom of the middle. So yeah, the Freelancer door will be okay once exploration has been implemented into the game, but there are better exploration ships. The Freelancer Misc is combat orientated, but there are better combat ships. But the Freelancer Max, for the price of, I think it's $150, is a very good medium to high-end cargo carrying ship. So Misc only has 2 of its concept ships on display here at the display hall. Now we'll look at these 2 ships, and then I'll give you guys my judgment on some of the ships that are not represented here but are still in concept. So this is the hull A, I believe. Let's have a look. Yes, so this is the Misc Hull A. Now the hull series of ships, they go from Hull A to Hull E, obviously increasing in size dramatically, the A being the smallest and the E being the largest. So this is the Hull A, and it's on display here in the on the hologram. As I said, this is the smallest cargo carrying hull. I believe it can carry 48 SCU of cargo, if I'm not mistaken. So one of the unique things about the hull series of ships, guys, is that it carries its cargo like that in these armored boxes outside of the ship. So in that way, it's a very, very unique ship. However, because it is designed like that, it requires a docking collar for it to be able to dock on a station once this cargo is on the ship, because as you guys can see, it doesn't allow for landing gear, for a normal landing gear to be constructed. Otherwise, it has to have a super long landing gear. Now this will make more sense once we look at the Hull C. So yeah, when this thing is not carrying the cargo, so when it doesn't have these boxes on that central kind of line, it all folds back into itself. So the ship, the front end and the back end meet, and that central sort of like drive shaft thing gets tucked away. So that's the Hull A, and this one is the Hull C, much bigger. So there's A, B, C, D, and E. As I said, the E is the biggest. So this is the Hull C. Now this is a very large cargo carrying ship. It is, I believe, the most complete version of the Hull series of ships, in that it is almost game ready. It is almost game ready. I think it was a long time ago. CIG had this thing in game, but not for everybody to test, but they were internally testing this thing, and it was completely finished. Like the models, as you guys can see, are very beautifully done. It is ready to go, except for, you guessed it, they're waiting on docking. So ship to station docking has to be implemented first before this thing can be a viable ship in the game. As you guys can see, these cargo boxes down the bottom won't allow this ship to land when it has cargo like this. So it is a very unique design in the sense that the cargo is in space. Although it is in an armored box, it is still to somewhat exposed, right? I mean, space junk could hit it. If you get attacked, it's very easy to lose your cargo. You could collide with small asteroids or something like that, go into some space junk. But as I said with the Hull A, these platforms that the cargo boxes are attached to, so if it's empty, these just fold in, and the two back and front end of the ship they collapse into each other, and it turns into a normal ship. So yeah, this has been the Hull C, and that one was the Hull A. Now, do I recommend these ships? Yes, these are fantastic money makers, guys. Like at the moment, what is one of the best money making ships in the game right now? It is the Caterpillar. Now, why is the Caterpillar so good at money making? Because it has one of the highest cargo capacities in the game. So having a good cargo ship will make you a lot of money, a lot of money. So this is the Hull C. It is, as I said, it can carry, I believe, 5,000 SCU of cargo. So the Hull A can carry 48, I believe. Now again, these stats can and will most definitely change. So the Hull C can carry 5,000. The Hull D, which is the next step, it has an extra strut. So you guys can see this has two. The Hull D has the exact same one, except for an extra strut like that. So the Hull D can carry 20,000 SCU of cargo, and the Hull E, that is the biggest ships. It's probably one of the biggest ships in the game, can carry 100,000 SCU of cargo. Okay, now the Hull E is a limited ship. It is a limited ship, and it's on sale in limited numbers, and I believe it costs like $650 for the Hull E. Now the Hull C, I believe, is available. It's also limited, but it's not limited in numbers. The Hull C is for $250, and the Hull D is for $350. Now, do I recommend the whole series of ships? Absolutely, as I said. Absolutely. If you buy this ship and you're into cargo running, if you're into moving cargo from point A to point B, or if you're into trading, you will not regret it, guys. You will absolutely not regret owning any of the whole series of ships. Now, at the moment, I don't own any of the hull ships, but I do plan on picking up a whole series of ships, like anything above the Hull C. So Hull C and above, in my opinion, is good. So hopefully next year, this time around, I'll pick up a Hull E, and that would be great. Alright guys, so that's about it for day 5 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2950. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I highly appreciate your feedback, your company, and you watching my video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you do subscribe, please remember to hit that notification button so that you guys get notified every time I actually upload a video. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and tomorrow, day 6, is Drake Interplanetary's day, and I'll see you guys then. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.